is this pacifistic son of a bitch?
Good morning. It's nearly 7 o'clock, it seems. Someone switched on quad bike. I mean, I don't mind the sound of that stream there. That's natural sound, that's calming. So to sum up yesterday, I encountered pretty much 30 people, it seems. 4 quad bikes and a dog. There's 2 new cabins there which have been built, but I managed to get my tent rather isolated area behind that hill there, if you can see it through the net. I didn't bother with the up tent because there was no chance of rain. This way the air can circulate more freely and cool down. So few mosquitoes in the evening that I could sleep with the door half open and there was a cooling breeze, although the air otherwise was very hot. Anyway, off to make a morning coffee. Alrighty then, I've been preparing many kinds of foods here, couple breakfasts, and this is the, what call it, I don't know what time it is, and it doesn't even matter, it's some sort of a brunch lunch. It doesn't matter, but there's some cloud coverage coming, there's some thunderstorms in the forecast, in the evening even. I thought if the cloud coverage comes full, I can go walk a little circle there because the sun isn't that hot then, all the weather. I've been swimming a little bit there, shaving my dome without a mirror. You can be the judge of how well that went. But anyway, now it's time to cook some grub, and then I'm gonna take a little stroll around somewhere with the camera. Perhaps I've managed to get my head into the mood when the quad bikes left. But I'm alone in here, although there's cabins backside there and quite a lot of people spent the night here alongside me, but I managed, like I said, this is a rather isolated place for a tent here. Everyone is tended there behind the bridge, so I managed to get my head sort of into the mood that I am here alone, so I swam there, took a little sun on the stones there on the shoreline. It was gorgeous, it was like beautiful. And I just slept a little, played a little guitar and composed a little, and just sort of reflected upon myself. And I mean, those quad bikes, they had to be some sort of maintenance people or researchers or even reindeer men or women, reindeer persons or somewhat, because no one would be that idiotic to come here to hike the quad bikes. That just stupid. So they were here to do a job of some sort with them, so it's more acceptable. And yes, I wanted to talk to you about these distances in here. It becomes clear when you look at the sun and the clouds, where they are in sort of relation to each other, and then you look at the shadows they cast. I mean, that cloud is so close to the sun, and yet its shadow is there. And so is that there, and its shadow is behind those cabins there. It's just put it in the old sort of perspective. I mean, that shadow should be way, way behind those mountains, but it's there. So it's peculiar sight that. Anyway, now let's get cooking. Italian stew. It's not boiling yet, obviously, but you have to stir it a little bit. It's gonna be fantastic. Now I fully erected the tent. I put on this cover because there was some rain clouds. If you can see them there, but they circled around. They didn't come here, so it was useless effort. I thought I'd go. Oh, this tent is ruined otherwise as well. Anyway, I have to buy a new one, and I have to buy tall enough in which where I can sit. Here I cannot. It's annoying. But anyway, I thought I'd go for a little stroll, but then I took a more closer look to my hiking shoes, and the bottoms are so they will shortly come off altogether. I have to save them for the trip home. So as I was trying to leave, I punctured one of the blisters on my feet, the main one on the top of that one toe, which means it's now not sterile anymore because it has been punctured, but I had some ointment in it and put a plaster on it, so it should be now okay. But perhaps I stroll a little bit with just naked bare feet. Hold on a minute. So I decided to pack my things and head back towards Kilpisjärvi. It was a gorgeous day. Not as crowded as yesterday, but some people are starting to gather there, so perhaps there will be more coming my way when I head back. But anyway, it's evening time, sun is setting, so temperatures will drop soon. Little bit, so it's much easier for me to go because I tend to sweat a lot. And I did get sunburned on my back, I think somewhat, so this backpack doesn't feel that comfortable. Although it normally is. It's not as bad as I feared when I put it on. But the reason why I decided to leave mainly is I feel a sort of bit feverish due to the sunburn, I suppose. But the main reason is the shoes, because the bottom ends are starting to get off, and if I thread lightly, they perhaps will stay on all the way to Kilpisjärvi. Perhaps, fingers crossed. Let's see. And so if I leave tomorrow morning and I have to not have such a good time to, now I have time. If I get tired along the way, I shall sleep leaning against some rock somewhere, and if I don't, I carry all the way. Point is to go slowly, but let's head on inwards towards southwest, I'm sorry. I've been sleeping most of this day, couple of naps, so I'm pretty fine on that front. I've eaten quite a lot. I have got plenty of water with me now, so it will suffice. Especially now the temperatures drop, I won't sweat that much. Already, look, I've done about 500 meters or so, nearly a kilometer even. 10 more to go, come on shoe, keep it together. It was a good call leaving now, because although the sun is shining, it's not as scorching as it was in the day. It's rather nice going, and it will get lower by the minute, so like I said, it's even less scorching than it is now. But nevertheless, I still wear this on my head because I think I got some enough sun over there. So I was basking on those shoreline rocks like a seal. Slow but steady. This blanket wasn't here last time I was going through here. It says something about crossing the border without permission. This is Finland and Norwegian border here. Now I am officially in Norway, and I don't know why it had have come there and who has torn it apart since. But rebel, I suppose. Glorious views once again. There were some squia there. Squia. I don't know how should you pronounce it. Squia. The big sort of seagull-like bird, which is actually a fierce predator. Hunts lemmings and moles and mice and other birds as well as fish. There's been some spectacular sightings on this trip. Very early on I saw beautiful birds there, and I hope I've got at least decent photos, but you never know until you put them on your computer. Then you see that they are all out of focus, and well, that's what you get once again when you do this once a year. Probably take more pictures more often and take a hike more often, actually. Like I promised I will. It has to be said now, I've been complaining constantly about other people being here, but I am people and I am here. I'm very certain that all those other people that I came across feel exactly the same way about me as I do of them. Because we all come here to seek some solitude and silence, not to have company. So sorry about that. That's just well, as this is very large wilderness area. And next time, if there is one, I will take a map and I will go just off this huge track. But let's see anyway. Just finish this one first with gratitude. I would also like to mention about my new camera kit, the lens here. Now obviously this is not a professional lens, it's rather rubbish, but it's much better than the junk that I used to have, which were original Nikon lenses. Although they were original Nikon lenses, they were absolute garbage. This is a bit better, bit more quality work, feels a bit sturdy, and more to the point, the range of it is 80 to 400 millimeters. It gets longer, as you see. And the nearest focus distance is something like 20 centimeters or so you can get real close to the insects. You can shoot some birds, other wildlife even a bit further away, and then you can take scenery shots. It's sort of all-rounder. It suits me rather perfectly here. It cost me was it 600 euros? And if I were to have the exact lens that would be good quality, very observant in the light front, huge lens, and the shutter, it would have cost 10 times as much, at least 10 times as much. This will do. I'm not a professional photographer, and there's a bird. It's a good idea to hike during the night. Sun is up. Now it's barely warming anymore. I suppose I have to put some warmer clothing on soon, but not yet. And botch job number something or other. Let's see how well this works. I had to make these loops, so eventually when this breaks I can just put some more through there and hopefully it will keep it. I just noticed that I've been leaving some bits here in here, but I'm terribly sorry. Just nothing I can do about that now. If I would have just taken a closer look at those shoes before, but I suppose they were healthy when I left. But anyway, let's try them on now. But you know, it works somewhat. Not as good as new, but it will have to do. Obviously, point of that botching isn't to keep it fully intact with the shoe. The bottom half is to share the load, so it doesn't so easily break free from the front bit. Perhaps that's the idea. Anyway, it seems to be working now, somewhat. But that's just so utterly rookie mistake now. Always check your shoes. Thought I did, but not thoroughly enough, it seems. But anyway, let's not get bogged down on things. Let's just keep on wandering this brilliant wilderness and feeding some mosquitoes which have awakened. I do have got the repellent stuff, but I use it scarcely because it's just really stupid. But since I don't like to hear the idiotic whining noise that they make in my ears, I occasionally shove it in my head again. Really scour on my hands, feet, but not into my ears. Gorgeous night. And in case you are wondering why it is stupid to use insect repellent, I have said this 1,000 times and times again. If you are going into the nature, into the wild, then be part of it. Not try to be above it or isolated part of it. Just let the insects feed or stay at home. That's why it's stupid. And now I use it. I am that thing I said earlier. Now that we are alone viewers, we have been alone quite some time, but anyway, I contemplated a little bit on that. My rule to be part of the nature, that the insects eat and whatnot. As I get older, as I said to you earlier, I get more candy-assery feelings. I don't think I can live by that code anymore. My own code, that is. And that's just hypocrisy, so perhaps edit that out. Edit all of it out. Well, animals have got their fur and the mud, feet, as humans have got our insect repellents and clothing. There, much better. Now I can do whatever I want. But that, look at that. There it is in a distance, Kilpisjärvi Nature Center, where which my car is. Never mind people and quad bikes and whatnot, but now there's the build-up area there on the western bank of that lake. There are some people there, I can hear them in here. For the love of Christ, just keep your voices down. Even in just the threshold of wilderness. I mean, I had a guitar with me, but I played gentle touch, with respect. Just there are plenty of steps to take, so let's take a breather here and have some salted peanuts. Perhaps. Now it happened. Total and utter disaster has befallen on me. Despite my good effort of botching it, the shoe has failed me. But I think there is some sign ahead. It shows probably how much I still got left. So perhaps if I just tread ever so lightly, it will hold with my botch. Let's keep it very steady. It starts to rotate like the tussly when I step carelessly, so it's gonna take a lot of time, but then again, once again, there's plenty of time here. Since it is now midnight, which is very powerful time of the day, and it is nearly Midsummer's Eve, which is very powerful time of the month, and we are in the presence of a Mount Saana, which is facing this way. I thought let's chant some power to us, to our journeys, and to journeys to come as well. Anna päästääsi murusi ja anna päästääsi minulle. Anna päästääsi murusi ja anna päästääsi murusi ja anna päästääsi minulle. Anna päästääsi murusi ja jään murtaa poluille. Anna päästääsi murusi ja No, that chanting didn't work. Now it's utterly and hopelessly ruined. Not even my brilliant botching will help me. Every time I lift, the front tip sort of tumbles down and I'll tread on it. This won't last. Another step will come utterly apart. So, switching of the shoes. 2 more kilometers to go. Jolly good. Now my blisters will have blisters. Anyway, short rippua and still to go. Come on, feet. Shape up. And wet, of course. But let's not still get bogged down on this sort of mishaps. Smiley face, can you see? It was still worth it, this trip. I truly hope that there isn't those quad bike safaris here, but I sort of suspect that there is just utter idiocy, like those snowmobile safaris, just utter nonsense. We have got the roads, use them with your stupid. Anyway, watch me in a couple of years' time. I'm here driving a quad bike with 10 of my mates and a keg of beer and a loudspeaker. Anyway, enough ranting. It was a glorious trip. The mosquitoes have nearly vanished. When I left here, there were none. But now there are few here and there, but I already fed a couple just to tank Mount Saana. Although the chant didn't work, but maybe he or her misunderstood me. I think Saana is a her, if we're gonna use this pronounce it. Anyway, perhaps this here is a good place to wrap up this time's trip. Very nearly, I think 1.5 kilometers still to go. But the main thing is that I probably won't be coming here again. Not anytime soon anyways, it is still absolutely appallingly, bite the back of your hand, gorgeous place. It is absolutely majestic, divine. It's brutal. On that front it is not for me either, because I don't like brutal stuff. I like to enjoy myself. But anyway, never mind that. I would give with the brutality of it, the harsh nature, because it is so beautiful. And when it was more isolated, when it was quieter, it was brilliant, but it's just too crowded, just too built up nowadays. But still I don't regret coming here this time, because I got to see it. Now I know what is here, and I did got what I came here to look for, even the isolation part, because I placed a tent so that I didn't have to face people. I did get some silence every here and there once the quad bikes went. Of course there was a stream which kept the sound up, but now for example. And I did get some inspiration to the recordings of upcoming album and the art in general. I did get a little hang of myself. Once again I found it here. Although it's still, well, it's always a working process, but anyway, it sort of nicely wrap up this couple of years of my time here on this gorgeous, gorgeous planet with these ancient rocks and trees. Now I thought of two different sort of soft endings to this, depending upon how many pictures did I manage, decent pictures, publishable pictures. So editing Jules, make sure you edit the correct one in. If there's pictures, here's an ending for you. And now comes a montage of some pretty pictures that I took on my journey. enjoy more of them on my Instagram or Facebook channels. They are both the same name, Jules Varjola. Peace out. Or if all the pictures were rubbish, edit this in. So, without further ado, it's Natural Jules signing out, and we shall see you probably in Seitseminen National Park when the mosquitoes die and all the people turn into zombies. Peace out. Editing Jules, you are utter.